Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're watching this video. This is Marty Hernandez, licensed real estate broker. So for this video, we are going to discuss tips when you're going to buy a new home or a real estate property here in the Philippines. So if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing, liking this video, and click on the bell button to get notified for video house tours and real estate tips like this one. So before we start giving our first tip, I'd like to acknowledge our sponsor for this video, Martech. Martech is a tech channel in YouTube that focuses on phone reviews, unboxings, the latest trends in tech and technology, software reviews, game reviews. So if you're not familiar with Martech, ako din yun. So, sinusponsor ko lang sarili ko kasi walang nagsasubscribe sa akin. So, support. So, I'll be putting the Martech link in the description below. Consider subscribing. So, buying a real estate property in the Philippines or in general is a major decision in your life. It's one of the most exciting parts of your life to invest in real estate. So, you have to at least have a small knowledge about investing in real estate. So for our first tip for this video is having a sense of purpose. Kung bibili ka or mag-invest ka ng property, you have to have at least a reason kung bakit kayo bibili. So hindi pwede na bibili lang kayo for the sake of gusto niya lang gumastos. An example of this is sawa ka na mag-commute or sawa ka na sa traffic in the Philippines because of course sobrang traffic na ngayon. So kung nalalayuan ka na sa work mo or sa business mo and you're planning to buy a property near it, it's one of a good purpose to think about. Another is about family. So if you're thinking about putting your children in a school that's near in a specific location, isa rin to sa magiging factor sa pagpili nyo ng property. So for example, if you have a specific business kung saan maraming traffic sa specific na location na yun, isa rin yung purpose. Or if you're planning to invest for a property either for flipping or if you're planning to invest to lease a property or rent a property. So before you plan to buy a property or invest in a property, make sure to ask yourself, bakit nga ba ako bibili ng property? Because buying a property can be exhausting and time consuming. You also have to consider what kind of property or what type of property are you planning to invest. So kung house and lot ba yan, if it's going to be a single attached property, single detached property, are you planning to buy a townhouse, a row house, or if you're planning to buy a condo unit. You also have to consider if you're planning to buy a pre-selling property or yung mga properties na gagawin pa lang or an RFO property. Next is you have to get pre-qualified by your bank. So this is a very important process because through this, malalaman mo kung how much yung maloloan mo sa isang property and this will give you an insight kung how much yung mga properties na dapat mong hanapin in the market. Of course, kung maghahanap ka ng property, kung mag-iikot-ikot ka, this will save you gas, yung time mo sa paghahanap and effort na sa paghahanap. Kasi sayang yung oras mo kung maghahanap ka ng property, may nagustuhan ka na. So for example, may nagustuhan kang 12 million property, pero ang maloloan mo lang pala sa mga most banks ay 8 million. And nasa thinking mo na makaka-loan ka ng 12 million, masasayang yung effort mo. So it's better to go to the banks to ask for a pre-qualification kung how much yung pwede mong ma-loan based on your income and credits. And this will also give you an idea if tama na ba tong oras na to buy a property or tama ba na mag-ipon muna ako and have a better credit statement para mas mataas pa yung ma-loan mo. And of course, para malaman mo ano yung proper banks for you and hindi mo na siya iisipin afterwards. And para malaman mo na kung ano yung mga necessary documents na kailangan mo na i-prepare to save time. So, may mga documents na matagal makuha like yung mga certificate of employment, bank statement. Of course, this will vary pero at least prepared ka na and mabilis mo na makukuha yung loan mo or malipat yung title if finalized na yung property na makukuha mo. Makukuha mo na kagad yung mga necessary documents needed to get a loan to save time. Next is to have knowledge about the real estate basics. So kung wala talaga kayong alam sa real estate or anything about real estate, you can visit my video here in the info card. May video ako about the real estate basics, yung mga terms na kailangan nyo malaman for real estate, yung mga basic terms. So you need to be familiarized with the terms para alam mo yung mga questions na i-ask mo when looking for a property. And this will also help you to create a checklist pag naghahanap kayo ng properties para alam nyo na yung mga dapat nyong i-search for a specific property. You can also look for a licensed agent like me to help you with the process of finding your own property. Next is about the net income. So this will depend on the loanable amount na pwede mong makuha from your bank based on your pre-qualification. So you need to have at least a comfortable net income, very larger net income compared to your monthly amortization based on your loanable account. Kasi based on this net income, malalaman mo kung kaya mo ba talagang bilhin yung property na yon. So this will save you in the long run from your property being foreclosed by the bank. So this is a very important thing to remember, your net income. So aside from the net income, dapat meron ka ding savings. So bakit kailangan mo ng savings? Because may mga properties na kailangan mo mag-down payment. You also have to consider the fees na kailangan mong bayaran every month, yung monthly amortization, homeowner fees, amilyar. Next is kung meron ka mga kailangan na construction or renovation sa property na tinitignan mo. For example, kung may nakita ka mga cracks, mga leaks, so mga ganon. So kailangan mo ng savings para mapaayos yun. Next is you have to have funds for your appliances, your furnitures. So hindi naman pwede na sakto lang yung pera mo sa pagbili ng property. Kailangan mo din ng pera, of course, sa mga bed mo, furnitures, aircons, electric fans. And of course, for your emergencies. Emergencies like, for example, may nagkasakit, may na-aksidente na wag naman po sana. Next is you have to have a good credit. So mahirapan ka makapag-loan kung marami kang utang sa bank mo, sa credit cards mo, and hindi mo na-pay on time yung mga bayarin mo. And kung good payer ka in a long run, o kung matagal ka ng good payer, mas mataas yung chance na makakapag-loan ka ng mataas kasi nakikita nila na nagpabayad ka on time. So wag natin i-overlook yung pagbabayad natin sa credit cards natin. Next is kapag nakapag-pre-qualify ka na sa bank, alam mo na yung type of property na bibilin mo. Alam mo na yung real estate basics, na-compute mo na yung net income mo, may savings ka na, and may good credit ka na. The next important thing is, and it's probably the most important, is yung location. Meron tayong tinatawag na location because in real estate, location is one of the most important things to consider when investing. So ano nga ba dapat natin i-consider when we're talking about the location of a property? First is accessibility. So, accessible ba tong property na hinahanap mo? Madali ba mag-commute dito? Meron ba siyang right of way? Ano yung mga gates na pwede mong daanan sa property na yon? Ano ba yung mga roads na pwede mong daanan going to your work? Kamusta ba yung mga kalsada na dadaanan mo? Sira-sira ba? Lubak-lubak? Madali ba ang hanapin yung property mo kapag may mga bisita ka? Liblib na liblib ba yung lugar mo? Meron bang ilaw sa mga kalsada na dadaanan mo? Next is nearby establishments. So, marami bang mga commercial establishments na malapit sa'yo? So kung mahilig ka mag-groceries, mag-shopping, ano ba yung mga malalapit na malls and supermarkets near it? Ano yung mga malalapit na schools, hospitals, churches, and other fun activities na malapit sa property na yun? Next is the supply and demand for that specific location. So this will gauge you kung magkano talaga yung prices ng properties in that location. So kapag mas mataas yung supply and konti yung demand, usually mas mura yung prices. An example for this are properties in the provinces. So usually naman, 'di ba, mas mura yung mga properties in the suburbs or in the provinces. And since marami pang mga lands doon and properties na hindi binebenta doon and konti pa lang yung mga bumibili outside Metro Manila or in the provinces, mas mura yung mga properties doon. And of course, in the Metro Manila, ang konti na lang ng supply and marami ang demand, pinag-aagawan ng mga tao ang mga properties dito, kaya mas mahal ang mga presyo. Next is dapat mong malaman is pinabahaba sa property na yun. So you can do this by asking the neighbors, asking the homeowners, or you can personally visit the property kapag malakas yung ulan para mas malaman mo talaga. Next is how far a specific property is from the fault line. So as per PHIVOLCS, dapat at least 10 kilometers away for house and lots and 50 kilometers away for tall buildings like condos. So kung para malaman nyo if a specific property is near a fault line, you can use the PHIVOLCS FaultFinder. So ilalagay ko yung links sa description below. So meron silang mobile app and yung website. So make sure to try these applications for finding a property. Next is you have to know if secured ba yung location ng property. So you can do this by, again, surveying, or looking online about the property. So you have to know is marami bang informal settlers near in the property, marami bang addict dyan, kung marami na bang cases inside the subdivision, kung may mga nabilita ang mga drug raids sa loob ng subdivision, kung marami ng mga nakawan sa subdivision or near the area. So this is also important for your peace of mind. Also, you have to know the neighborhood of the property. So pwede nyo gawin is mag-ikot-ikot kayo sa property na yon, sa subdivision na yon, and makipag-usap kayo sa mga neighborhoods doon, sa mga magiging possible nyong kapitbahay para malaman nyo kung sila ay chismosa or mababait na kapitbahay. So para magkaroon na kayo ng idea kung ano yung feeling or ambience nung neighborhood. So those are the things to consider for the location of a property. Of course, hindi lang yung lahat na dapat natin i-consider when we're talking about the location of a property. So kung meron kayo naisip na hindi ko na-discuss, make sure to comment down below. Next is kapag sure na kayo sa location ng property, you have to consider the property itself. So we're talking about the viewing of the property. So kung nagtitripping na kayo or kung nag-view na kayo ng specific property for a specific location, you have to consider these things. And again, of course, kung meron akong hindi nabanggit, you can also comment down below. First is the measurements of the parts of the property and the property itself. So you have to consider the lot area, the floor area, the length with height of the rooms, kung okay ba sa inyo yung spacings ng mga parts of the house, kung high ceiling ba yung mga kwarto, kung double height ceiling ba yung living room. Because of course, you have to think long term for the rooms and spaces. You have to consider kung ano ba yung mga gagawin nyo sa mga kwarto na to, kung gagawin nyo ba tong music room, kids room. You also have to take note yung mga parts na kailangan yung i-renovate para malaman nyo na kung magkano yung gagastusin nyo. So, kailangan nyo malaman kung okay pa ba yung kitchen, kung maraming cracks, maraming leaks sa mga bathrooms. So, kailangan nyo makonsider and ma-scrutinize talaga yung property kung ano yung mga dapat pang i-renovate or kung meron pa dapat i-renovate. Next is you have to consider the materials used in the property. So, for this, you have to familiarize kung ano yung mga usual na ginagamit na materials for a property, and you have to know kung magiging long-lasting ba yung mga materials na ginamit. Kung medyo hindi kayo familiar with the materials na ginagamit for a property, you can either consult an engineer, an architect, or you can research online sa YouTube, sa Google. But the thing is, you have to at least familiarize kung ano yung mga materials na usually ginagamit for that price point. Next is, ano ba yung mga parts ng house? So, kung meron ba siyang kitchen, may living area, may dining area, may utility room, may terrace, may garage, may carport. So again, you have to think long term kung ano yung gusto mong gawin sa bahay na yun. For example, in the future, kailangan nyo ng office room, or kung gusto nyo magkaroon ng art room, ng music room. So it will depend kung ano yung needs and wants mo. But the thing is, again, you have to think long term. Next is, maganda ba yung ventilation ng property? Kung marami bang windows, and kung may airway ba, kung mahangin ba sa property na yun, kung masyado bang mainit, maraming puno, and ano ba yung mga sources of lights niya? Kung again, maraming windows for natural lights, maraming mga ilaw, artificial lights, kung may mga kasama na bang lighting fixtures or nakaabang lang and kayo maglalagay ng mga ilaw. So, titignan nyo rin kung maraming sockets, kung sapat na ba yan sa inyo. So, ano ba yung orientation ng property na yun, if it's facing north, south, east, or west? So, you can use a compass or your mobile phone for this para malaman mo if it's facing the sunrise or the sunset, or kung tatapat ba yung araw sa inyo sa tanghali. Next is, tatanong nyo kung may mga kasama na bang mga furnitures or appliances, or yung mga bagay na kasama na sa bahay na yon ay kasama na sa sale. So you have to confirm that with the seller or with the agent na kasama nyo. Next is parking. So you have to consider the parking on the streets kapag kailangan nyo ng bisita, and kailangan nyo rin makipag-usap sa mga neighbors kung ano yung parang usual na way ng pagpapark doon pag nagbibigay ng parking sa kalsada. And you should also talk with the homeowners kung pwede ba talaga mag-park. Hindi mo pwede assume na pwede talaga mag-park sa harap kasi may mga homeowners na kailangan may bayad pala. So you have to know the overall feeling of that property, yung gut feeling na para sa atin ba talaga yung property na yun. So yung iba ginagawa is dinadala nila yung mga anak nila para makita nila kung na-enjoy ba talaga ng anak nila yung property na yun. So this can be a critical point para sa kanila kasi kapag hindi nagustuhan ng anak nila yung property, hindi na rin nila magugustuhan. So you can also try that. Next is kapag nalaman nyo yung prices, kailangan nyo malaman yung terms and conditions kung pwede siya through bank or cash lang. So, hindi nyo pwedeng assume na lahat ay pwede i-loan sa bangko. May mga sellers na gustong through cash only. And may mga sellers na nagre-require ng down payment. And pwede nyo rin tanong kung pwede ba yung staggered or monthly yung down payment na yon. So, tips for decision making for buying a property: you don't have to rush. Take your time and at the same time, be aggressive. Huwag nyo munang pansinin yung mga agents na pinipilit talaga kayo na bilhin nyo kagad at mag-down. Kailangan sure na sure kayo kasi of course, in the long run yung gagamitin yung property na yun. Hindi nyo naman gagamitin to lang na 5 years lang. Gagamitin din to ng mga anak nyo, ng mga apo nyo. Depende. Pero kung sure na talaga kayo, it's best na mag-offer na kayo sa property, magbigay na kayo ng intent to buy, or mag-reserve na kayo para hindi na ibigay sa iba. Kasi mahirap na gustong-gusto nyo na yung property tapos may nauna. Marami ako naging clients na ganun. For a buyer's perspective, again, you don't have to rush pero you have to offer kapag sure na talaga kayo. So, kung sure na talaga kayo and na-inspect nyo na yung property, you have to have due diligence about the title of the property. So, having a clean title doesn't mean na walang annotation sa title. Ang clean title, may possibility pa rin na may annotations like restrictions and other encumbrances. Pero I'll be doing a separate video for that kasi masyadong mahaba. So, the due diligence is usually the responsibility of a licensed real estate agent. But it's also best to have your own due diligence. So, kapag nalaman nyo na clean na yung title, you also have to know the background of the property and yung background ng family na nagbebenta ng property. Kasi hindi mo madidiscuss lahat ng problem sa title. So, for the due diligence, again, you can consult a licensed real estate agent, a lawyer. So, kailangan nyo malaman kung ano ba yung mga dapat basics na malaman para malaman kung ang isang title ay clean and hindi kayo magkakaproblema in the long run. Ang next is getting the proper documents for transferring the title. So for this, you have to have a deed of sale, a contract to sell for pre-selling properties, a memorandum of agreement if needed for the real estate broker, intent to buy kapag sure na kayo sa pagbili ng property. Make sure the agent or your broker has an authority to sell kung ina-authorize talaga ng owner na pwede niya ibenta yung property. So kailangan nyo rin yung floor plans, building plans ng property, and yung title mismo. And for the title, going back to the due diligence, dapat malaman nyo if yung title is legit or original and hindi siya fake. And I'll be doing a separate video about that. And those are my tips for buying a real estate home, for investing a real estate home. So kung meron ako mga hindi na-discuss in the videos, just comment down below so we can help each other. Of course, hindi lang yun lahat-lahat. Marami pang dapat i-discuss. But the main thing is you have to be sure when buying a property. So, dapat sure na kayo kung ano yung magiging loanable amount nyo. Kung may pera na kayo for that property. Okay na ba yung monthly net income nyo? Kung kaya nyo na ba talaga bumili ng property? Kung sure na kayo sa location ng property? Kung sure na kayo sa overall feeling ng property, sa materials ng property, ng structure ng property? And of course, the due diligence na ginawa nyo sa property, kung original ba yung title, clean yung title, and if wala kayong magiging problema sa transferring of title. So those are my tips for buying your new real estate property. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel for more real estate tips and house tours, and don't forget to click on the bell button to get notified for more videos like this one. And also don't forget to visit my other YouTube channel, Marty, for the phone reviews, tech reviews. Again, comment down below yung mga insights nyo, comments about this video. Kung may mga gusto kayong i-add, idagdag, or violent reactions sa mga sinabi ko, hindi ko iti-take personally. I just want to help you guys sa paghanap ng inyong real estate property and real estate investment. So that's it. This is Marty Hernandez, licensed real estate broker. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next videos.